Before we get to the spring awards, the VES Athletic Department and the Virginia Independent School Athletic Association would like to recognize the following seniors who have participated in a VISTA sport during each of the 3 seasons during the 2024-2025 academic year. Will you please stand when you hear your name, and please hold your applause. Anna Brown. Please stand. Ava Clark. Francis Fenton. Lucas Wong. Mac Lee. Alex Uguadia. And Kevin Wong. Congratulations. And now for the team awards. A reminder, when your name is called, please enter the stage to my left, your right, receive your award, and remain on stage until your team is finished talking. Speaking first, for track and field, Coach Pete Yerk.
Yeah. Okay, so track and field is a little bit of a different sport than most. A lot of the events are individual, but there's an overall team component to it. And that kind of goes along with the theme of what we had this year as a team. I was very fortunate in the fact that as 3 individuals, we all do a lot of great work in our own respective areas, but this is the first year that it truly felt like a team because we were all working in concert together in order to make the best group of athletes that we possibly could. And I think we saw the rewards of that individual ability in different areas that came towards the culmination of who we were as a team group. So especially this year with the introduction of Coach Jamal, obviously Coach Hank has been here for a couple years, but Coach Jamal was really into the relay component of things, and that became evident when several of our relay teams made it to the state level. But we're going to start off with Coach Hank talking about our most improved athletes.
So most improved, that's one thing with track. There is no luck. In basketball or baseball, you might have a lucky hit, a lucky goal, a lucky shot. It doesn't happen in track and field. You never get out there and get lucky and run fast. So it comes with very hard work. The most improved for the boys goes to Landon Vitale. Landon's not here, but I will say something. Landon never had done track before. We saw him and he came to us. He was in strength conditioning and he said, "Hey, I'd like to do track." And I was like, "As long as you throw," because if you know Landon, he's a big guy. And at the beginning, it was pretty rough. His discus throw, it barely made it 10, 15 feet. But by the end of the year, he's thrown over 100 feet and qualified for states in the shot put, discus, and the 4x1. So he did a great job this season. On the girls' side, it goes to Regan Davis. Regan did an amazing job this year. Last year, she was extremely close to qualifying for state, but she crashed over the last hurdle and got a concussion. But this year, she did an amazing job, worked extremely hard, and qualified for states and had a great race at states. And congratulations, Regan.
You're up.
How's everybody doing? I'm Jamal Robinson, Coach Jamal to the kids. So this is my first year here at VES, and I truly want to say thank you to Coach York and to Coach Hank and Mr. Williams for welcoming me into this family. And I will be presenting the MVP on the women's side. So the MVP goes to Miss Courtney Holland, who is our state champion in outdoor for the women's long jump, who also finished third. Indoor, she won long and triple. So next year, as I look to probably step in as head coach, I look to continue to grow the track and field program and to have many of the lacrosse players, football, basketball. Hey, I'm coming for everybody. We gonna make a state champion. We trying to bring back gold here. That's my goal here at this school. We broke records. We broke records individually and as a team, and I can just proudly say, over these couple of years, I have never experienced a much better team and family than what I've been part of now.
And our most valuable track athlete on the boys' side is Lucas Huang. Now, I have known Lucas for 4 years now, and it's an interesting ride that we have been on. His and my relationship from the beginning started out as Spanish student, Spanish teacher, and then eventually when I was originally the track coach and then got put into the position of doing distance, I think he had some major reservations about whether or not I was going to do a very good job as his distance coach. But eventually he started to buy into the idea, and Lucas actually ran his fastest mile this year with a 4:36 mile, which is a really impressive feat. And he was also 7th and 8th, respectively, in the mile and the 800 in the state. Not in the conference, but in the state. So he had a really good year this year.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
And now Coach Elijah Clark will be coming up to talk about JV tennis. Oh, no, please.
Hello. This is my first time speaking in front of the school. You can clap. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to present the best sport, tennis. It's not based on luck. I don't know what Coach Hank was talking about, but first is most important player. There are so many people that significantly improved this year. I'm going to name drop them. Joey Maliaco, Michael Lemasters, Pax Armach, and Braden Norris. However, Ryuta Komoto, if you could come up. Ryuta shocked the whole tennis team after we all came back from Easter break. Apparently, he sneakily trained with some varsity level players over the break and solidified his spot on the JV team. I hope that he continues to shock everyone that watches him play. Congratulations. All right, next I have most valuable player. This person started out as singles 5s last year, but this year started singles 2, and then for a majority of the season handled it at singles 1. They led us to that final round of conference. We couldn't have done it without him. That goes to Michael Davis. And then last we have the Coach's Choice Award. There could be many reasons as to why the coaches choose who's going to receive the Coach's Choice Award. My reason with giving Taylor Cleland this award My reason is because I would like to honor the biggest yapper that we have on the JV tennis team. On the JV tennis team. He talked and instructed more than me throughout the season, and I was a coach. But it's clear that in the world of his mind, he thought he was a coach and I was just there for decoration. Oftentimes, I would give a player advice, and he would go right behind me and tell the player to do the exact opposite of what I just said. But on a more serious note, thank you, Taylor, for basically being our JV tennis captain for 2 years in a row. Next year will not be the same without you. And now we have Scott Winston to present varsity tennis.
Tennis is an interesting sport. If you've never tried it, it's not easy to pick up right away. However, if you give it a shot, you'll kind of pick it up pretty quickly, okay? We had a very good year this year. We were much better this year than we were last year. We had some new players come in, not just from here in the States. We had a new player come in from Germany and a new player come in from Mexico who, fortunately for us and for me as coach, were my number 1 and 2 players. That helps. We had a number of returning players to round out the rest of the varsity team. But I do want to thank a few people before I get to the awards. First off, the athletic department, Mr. Williams, Mrs. Bright, thank you very much for what you've done for the tennis team and all of our programs. I'd also like to thank Miss Adrienne Fletcher. Many of you who've come into the training room this spring, from spring break on, saw another athletic trainer in the training room, which allowed me a lot more freedom to be out with the tennis team. I know it still took me a while to get out to the courts because I had to get all of you athletes ready for your own sports, but Ms. Fletcher allowed me to travel this year and do what I love doing, and that's coaching tennis. So other new students to the program, Emiliano Baranda Sosa from Mexico, George Liebing from Germany, Austin Abrenyan new to tennis, as well as Kaloyan Kolev. Returning players for us this year were Thomas Hogshead, Connor Claiborne, who took a year off last year and returned to tennis this year. Thank you, Connor. Rohan Prabhu, third year playing tennis, always improving, which is great to see. Eric O. and Stanley Kai. So those are the 9 players who played for us this year. We had 3 seniors who played at least 1 match this season, and I just want to recognize them. Bo Browder, Marshall Humphreys, and Kevin Huang all played in a match this year. We were fortunate to be able to get them in there. Yes, clap it up for them. I'd also like to thank the coaches for the tennis program. First and foremost, Mr. Clark to my right. He ran the warm-ups every day, and he was perfect with that. Mrs. Roop was wonderful as one of our coaches. She kept us on time for all of our different parts of practices, which was really nice that we didn't have to keep track of that. She did that. Miss Litton joined us this year, and she filled in wherever she was needed, and we certainly thank her for that. She went up to the top courts with the developmental group, or those of you who were on that group called yourself the Deacon Group, to work on skills and so forth. So I thank Miss Litton for that. I'd also like to thank Nan Barnhill. You can clap for her. Not only is she a wonderful head counselor, but for the past 3 years she has been an incredible manager for the tennis program. She plays in the fall for the girls, and she is out there every day on the courts with the boys. If we need an extra person for a foursome to play doubles, she's on the court. She is drilling. She's doing whatever is asked. So I thank you very much, Nan. And now for our awards. I have 3 different awards to give, although I do have some awards for those who were voted by the coaches of the BRAC as all conference, either second team players or or otherwise. I will announce them when towards the end. Or I'll announce them first. They're the first ones that come up in my folder. Can the following tennis players come up, please? Thomas Hogshead. Emiliano is not here, so we will get this to him. George Liebing, come on up. Those three were the players voted by the coaches of the BRAC conference to make the all-conference team. Yep. Okay, like I said, I have 3 awards to give: Most Valuable, Most Improved, and Coach's Award. Unfortunately, 2 of those people are not here. So, Most Valuable, no surprise if you came out to watch any of our matches, goes to Emiliano Barana Sosa. Most Improved, I actually gave to 2 people. 2 people new to the program who came to us from other sports that they played together, and they just had a chemistry together. Most Improved players were Kaloyan Kolev. Come on up. And his doubles partner, Austin Abrenyan. And finally, the Coach's Award, which is given to that athlete who does everything and anything you ask of him or her, depending on what team you are on. But he has been with us 3 years on the varsity program. He's played wherever he's been told to play. He plays great. He is going to be sorely missed next year, and that is Thomas Hogshead. The next team presenting is boys JV lacrosse.
How you guys doing? We're here to recognize JV boys lacrosse. For those of you who don't know, we only had 1 game this year. We did win, so I guess we're undefeated this year. So. It's hard showing up every day, not knowing whether or not you're gonna have another game. But everyone did, and I think that shows amazing character. So yeah, it's gonna be cool to see what you guys do in life, and it's been a pleasure coaching with you guys. So you got a few awards for a couple of guys.
Yeah, despite not having any real games other than 1, we just still wanted to recognize a few. So on the offensive side of things, most valuable player was a guy that always showed up. Definitely complained a little bit, but was always a problem on offense. Ellis Humphreys. Also not here. Oh, not here. All right. The next guy we wanted to recognize, you could argue he could fit criteria for any one of these awards, but defensively, never played lacrosse before, but by the end of the season was arguably maybe even our best player, Jack Powers. For most improved, another guy that had never played lacrosse before, but by the end of the season, easily one of the most feared and I'd say respected players on the team, Mateo. Then 2 more awards I wanted to give out. Perseverance Award. Another guy who had never played lacrosse before, but always came ready to practice running 100 miles an hour. Always, in fact, would volunteer to do sprints. That'd be none other than Laird Hickey. Didn't say he was the smartest. And then the last award we wanted to give out was the Coach's Award. No matter what, no matter how hot it was, wet, from rain, anything, guy that would always listen, ready to go, Sam Jenkins. All right, next team up is varsity lacrosse.
I was told at the academic awards I was screaming into the mic, so I will try not to do that today. All right, let's see. I got like 4 speeches in here. Even though we had a tough season, the highlight was definitely beating Nansman-Suffolk pretty handily in our last regular season game at Nansman-Suffolk. Nathan seemed to win every face-off. Spencer played great in the cage, and we attacked them on offense. It was a thing of beauty. That is the game I hope to remember as I look back on this season. Thank you to my managers, Jason, Sanders, and Jerry. Thank you to my assistants who had to put up with me. Thank you to the athletic department for all their help. Next, I'm going to call up some guys, our award winners. I'd like you guys to come up here and stay up here until we're finished. Henry Gresham, Jay Blunt, Nathan Pickard, Spencer Fowler, Fletcher Vaughn, Parker Lineberry, Dennis Brown, and Aiden Carvajal. Please come up here. I'm going to give these to you, and then I'm going to call it out. Okay. You can hand it to him. First, I'm going to announce our all-conference selections. The following players made all-conference. Honorable mention was Henry Gresham. Second team all-conference was Jay Blunt, Nathan Pickard, Spencer Fowler, and Fletcher Vaughn. Please join me in congratulating them. Next up will be our team awards. First, I'm going to have Coach Clark give out our most valuable offensive player award.
All right, so our most valuable offensive player award could have gone to a number of our guys this year. Our whole starting offensive line was incredible. When we could actually get some movement going, it was a beautiful thing to watch. However, the person that got this award definitely stood out. He came to practice every day with a fire. He came to a game every day ready to step on the field and give his 100%. And with a total of 42 goals, he got 10 of them in one game. Fletcher Vaughn gets our most valuable offensive player award.
Do you have the, yeah. Thanks. So I have the pleasure of giving out the most valuable defensive player award as well as the coach's award for boys lacrosse on the varsity squad. I'll start with most valuable defensive player, and that goes to Parker Lineberry. To our amazement, Parker did not get any all-conference selections, which we thought he was definitely robbed of. Henry definitely deserved his. He had an excellent performance as well as year. But Parker, in particular, showed very impressive skill. I think he was probably the most skilled defensive player that we saw this year out of any of the teams we played. And just being a freshman, that's very impressive. So round of applause for Parker. Next, I will be announcing the Coaches Award. As Coach Clark stated, that it's kind of not really specific on what this award means. I think to us it meant showing a great amount of work ethic and sportsmanship and leadership. And in particular, Spencer Fowler has showed these qualities in a very good way this year. Spencer, congratulations. Being goalie, especially in lacrosse, takes a lot of courage. Lacrosse balls, if you've never been hit with one, it hurts a lot, especially when it's coming from some of these guys up here like Fletcher and Jay. They can shoot really hard, and it's hard being a goalie. So congrats, Spencer. You're a very reliable player, and you've certainly made our jobs a lot easier this year. So thank you, Spencer. Congrats.
2 more awards. Most improved player. To me, the most improved player is usually the hardest worker. This young man got hurt in the middle of the season, and when he came back, he played lights out. He came to me to see me after the first game. He came back and asked what he could do to earn more playing time. I told him just keep working. He did just that and earned his extra time. I can't wait to see what this kid does in the future. This year's most improved player is Dennis Brown. And finally, our last award, this has been a long time coming, Perseverance Award. The definition of perseverance is the continued effort to do or achieve something no matter what may get in your way. Last year, our JV team had no goalie. This player not only volunteered but did a tremendous job. Being the JV goalie also came with being the backup varsity goalie. Being a backup goalie is like being the backup quarterback. You only go in if something happens to the starter. That waiting takes perseverance. So to the man who has persevered through all this, the last 2 years I present to you this year's recipient of the Perseverance Award, Aiden Carvajal. Next up is baseball, Coach Keeling. Thank you.
Okay, baseball. So baseball's been on a good run. We have now qualified for the state tournament 4 years in a row, which has never been done in school history. This year's team, 13 wins and 8 losses. Not quite as good as our last 2 years, but an outstanding year, especially considering the fact that we're mainly freshmen and sophomores right now. So we've got a lot to look forward to in the years ahead. As we said earlier, we tied for second in the BRAC conference and made it to the state tournament for the 4th time in a row. We had 2 first-team BRAC all-conference players. We had 3 second-team all-conference players and 1 honorable mention, and I'll bring their names up in just a moment. But one thing that has not officially been announced yet, but I wanted to recognize the fact that for the 4th year in a row now, we had a first-team All-State player, and that first-team All-State was Nash Watson. We don't have the certificate yet. Here. Yeah, stay. So honorable mention BRAC was Campbell Howard. I don't think Campbell's here tonight. Second team all-conference Jack Mitchell. Second team all-conference Lawrence Dempsey. And second team all-conference Caden Godsey. Oh, you did show up. That one goes to you. And where you been? You're late. First team all-conference, Nash Watson. And first team all-conference, Nate Gobble. Sir. So I'm going to do a couple of quick thank yous too. One, I'll say this. Baseball is a very, Scott was talking about tennis, and you can pick it up. Baseball is a very tough game to just walk into at 14, 15, 16 years old and learn how to play and become good at. It's a challenge. But every year we're blessed to have 4, 5, 6 guys who sign up for baseball because they want to come learn about it. They want to try to come learn the skills of it. And they don't see a lot of playing time, and that makes me sad. We're going to really work hard on getting some JV games next year so that we can make that happen. But I just want to thank, you guys know who you are, Aiden, Gibran, muchísimas gracias. I don't know who else is still here. Eric has skills. Eric's working his way. Eric loves the game. All these guys. Thank you guys, because what you do for us, even when you're out just running the bases for us in drills, you are helping the team, and I truly mean that. Thank you guys. Thank you. My other thanks go out to our manager this year, and I want to tell you, Marin Elliott, I've been here 8 years. I'm going into my 8th year now. I've had a lot of managers. I've never had a manager like Marin Elliott, and I truly mean that. Thank you so much. Hey. You better find a manager to train next year, because I'm going to die when you're gone. So thank you guys. So moving on to our awards. First of all, we have the Coaches Award. I use this in different ways every year. This year I want to say special thanks to a guy who, he was injured last year. He came back this year. He pitched for us again. He had a 3-0 record pitching. He actually batted .409. But the reason he's getting the Coaches Award is because during key stretches of the end of our season, he stepped up. He was injured again, but he stepped up and said, "Coach, give me the ball. I want to pitch. Coach, put me in center field. I want to play." He when we needed him, he gutted it out and came to play baseball. So this year's Coaches Award goes to Campbell Howard. The next award is the Max Metter Award. Some of you have seen Max Metter's name all around campus, have heard of him. His name is on the baseball field. He coached here for 27 years, I believe. He coached the baseball team somewhere in that range. The man truly loved the game of baseball. So I call the Max Metter Award the Love of the Game Award. This goes to the guy who on our team I think is just so dedicated to the game, loves the game, wants to improve, wants to win, just has that fire in his belly for playing baseball. And this year's winner is Jack Mitchell. The Golden Glove Award. The Golden Glove Award is for the best defensive player. This year it's going to a guy who had a .900 fielding percentage, which was at the top of our team statistics. But he also did some other things. He batted, get my numbers right here. He batted .403, had 8 doubles, 4 triples, a .625 or .625 slugging percentage. He also pitched a little bit for us at times. But another one of our great sophomores that we're looking forward to having around here for the next couple of years, the Golden Glove Award goes to Lawrence Dempsey. The offensive player of the year goes to one of our seniors, first team all-conference. He batted .435 for us, had an on-base percentage of .500, and on-base plus slugging percentage over 1.0, which is a great number. He had 30 hits, 5 doubles, 29 RBIs, and scored 22 runs. A guy we're sorely going to miss next year, Nate Gobble. And you might have guessed this, the kid who's first team All-State, the kid who's going to play college baseball. By the way, this makes, I think, 4 years in a row now that we've sent at least one player to into college baseball. So again, we like to think baseball's on a roll, and we really want to keep working to make that happen in the future. But we wish this guy the best as he goes on to play. I'm going to say just a little bit more about him. He batted .345 this year. He had 17 RBIs. He scored 15 runs. He pitched 54 innings, had a 3.50 ERA, and this year averaged 1.2 strikeouts per inning. But the key about this guy is every single tough game we played, every time we were playing a top 5 team or a top 10 team and we needed our best on the mound, this guy, he wanted the ball. No matter how he felt, he wanted to come out and pitch, and he wanted to pitch against the best. And at the end of the year, in the state tournament, we were playing Highland School, which eventually won the state championship. We played Highland the toughest game of any of their 3 games in the state tournament. Nash only gave up 3 earned runs. We lost 5-1, but that was the toughest game that Highland played, and a lot of it was because of the way Nash Watson pitched. So our most valuable player this year goes to Nash Watson. That's it for baseball. Now we have Blake Anderson in golf.
Oh, no.
Put this mic down a little bit. I'll start with some thank yous. First to the athletic department. 3-4 matches a week is a lot of logistics, vans mostly, but just going all over the place. They did a really good job helping us out on that note. My assistants, Alfred and Cruz, couldn't do it without you. Appreciate you guys. And then to the whole team, thank you for putting up with me all the last, 8 weeks. It wasn't easy, but we got through it. I'm going to start with my most improved on the boys' side. It really could have went to anybody on the co-ed team. Everybody got better throughout the season, but me and this guy had a conversation after conference. He didn't really perform as well as he knew he could have, and I told him to just trust the process and that his time was coming, and in the state tournament, he had his best round all year. So, William Sidner, you are the most improved golfer this year. Wrong way. On the girls' side, this person was first-year golfer, pretty upset with her for not playing before this year. But she'd never been in a match, so, it gets kind of crazy. Practice and playing with your friends is a little bit different. But first match, we took one of her scores as the top 4, so this year's most improved golfer is Haley Massey. No, there's no purpose. Good job. Next is the Coaches Award. This year, it honestly could have went to anybody on the co-ed side as well. But this kid, usually on the trips, he was the one chirping my ear off the entire ride, no headphones ever. But he did do a pretty good job on the aux. Sometimes. A little bit too much Drake, but I'll let him slide. Tommy Herzl is Coach's Award. Underdressed. That was awkward, huh? Did you do that on purpose? I didn't, actually. I don't know if he's here or not, but the girls' Coach's Award, actually didn't really talk to her much the first couple weeks of golf, but towards the end of the season, as I got to go to a few more girls' matches, she opened up a lot, and this year would be Annie Ma. Next, we have the girls, John W. Pope Jr., most valuable golfer. On the girls' side, she played both sides, so she probably played 30 matches this year, traveling 3 days a week. I think she missed 14 or 9 of the last 14 days of school because of golf. So it's a lot, and she performed. She's first team All-State on the co-ed side, first team All-Conference on the girls' side. Also had a hole-in-one in the state championship. Nora Finch is the most valuable golfer. Who are you giggling at?
We made a bingo sheet. That was one.
Shut up. The last one is the boys' most valuable golfer. If you ask anybody on the team, it's not you, Finn. If you ask anybody on the team, I think I was the most hardest on this person because being the number one golfer is not easy. I mean, every match you're playing with the best of the best, and you're pretty much the team's anchor. His job all year was to keep it within a certain amount of shots, and he did a really good job of that all year. It's like a little brother to me, honestly, at this point, but most valuable golfer is John Barber. John was also first team All-State and first team All-Conference. Thank you to all of you for putting up with me again. Runner-up this year, so we got a lot of work to do. Next up, we have girls JV soccer.
Good evening. I'm Ms. Cosgrove, Coach Cosgrove, and I'm an assistant coach for girls JV soccer. And like everyone else, we want to say thank you, of course, to Mr. Williams and Ms. Bright for all they did for us this season. Having 5 games for a JV program is pretty awesome. We certainly saw a lot of growth from our team in that time period. While our record might not reflect it, the individual effort and success of our girls as they grew as players and then also as they grew as a team was really evident to us as coaches, and we talked about it a lot, how proud we were of them and how hard they worked, and how cool it was to see them really gel as a team and really start to play the game the way you want to see it be played. So I don't think Abby is here, but I do want to give a quick shout out to our awesome manager of 2 years, Abby Ramnarine. She is so awesome and did such an amazing job for us, and we're really grateful for her, so I wanted to give her a quick shout out. We will start with our defensive awards. First, we'll do most improved defense, and this is going to a player who I don't think had much experience with soccer and was really nervous about the fitness component at the beginning of the season, and then came out and totally kicked butt and really had the same approach to defense. She was anxious and nervous often before she went out on the field, but she did such a great job as a wing on the outside, and this goes to Kate Wallace. Yeah. Okay. And our most valuable defensive player came in, and I think she thought she was going to be playing offense or midfield, and we certainly thought that was going to be the case as well. But she ended up being a real anchor for our team and our back line. It was really amazing to see the way that she grew into the position, particularly because we had to change our defensive strategy, and she embraced the sweeper stopper model and was just such an awesome part of our team, and we are so proud of Polly Jenkins.
Okay, moving on to offense. We're going to start with most improved offensive player. So this girl always came to practice with a smile and a great attitude. I just want to play soccer. I don't care where you put me. And so we would put her various places, but she came in clutch last game. We had to put her in, and she played so hard, fought, ran fast. I never thought I could see this in her, but she better come out and play soccer next year. I've already talked to her about this. Let's go, Gigi Brown. All right, and then on to our most valuable offensive player. So she came in as an athlete. I'm just going to give it away. You know her more from volleyball, basketball, but she quickly proved herself as a soccer player. She just was a big force in the midfield, controlled the game. She fought hard for every ball. You did not want to be going up against her. And she just never really backed down. Ran fast, went for everything. Also, a great leader, both on the field and off the field. She was one of our captains, and she proved it in both ways. So let's go, Ann Reed. All right, and the last award, as every other coach up here has said, the Coach's Award is kind of one of the hardest ones to give because it does have very many definitions. So we went with somebody that I noticed throughout the year. We all noticed, just came to practice every day just to learn, ready to work, just so excited to learn about soccer. She gave her full effort, every drill, every single thing we did. This girl even had an injury and she wanted to play. She felt like she was disappointing her team if she wasn't going to be able to practice with them. And we were like, no, you need to sit on the sidelines and put ice on you. So she was committed. We heard she was going out to the fields on the weekends and practicing and just really wanted to learn a lot about the game. Such a joy to coach. This goes to Avery Knight. Next up, varsity soccer.
All done?
Yep.
Who? Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right. All right. A quick season recap. I am so proud of all that this team has accomplished this past season. We set high standards for ourselves last year, but we followed up last year's success with another 10-win season, a BRAC semifinal appearance, and a first-round state playoff win over Grace Christian, which saw us then reach the quarterfinals and fall 2 wins short of a state championship game. We had multiple first-team all-conference players. Please come up when I call your name. First-team BRAC, Hannah Say. First-team BRAC, Emerson Moore. And I'm really excited to announce this one. We had a second-team all-conference in Katie Passman. Hannah. Okay. We sadly say goodbye to 3 captains in Peggy Thomas, Bo Mitchell, and Hannah, as well as 4 other seniors, Sarah Lowe, Ellie Harris, Karen Lee, and Gloria Park. But with 6 freshmen taking their place, the future of VES girls soccer is looking bright. Lastly, I want to take time to thank my assistant coaches, Sunny Sundog Sang, and Emmy Still Got Game Gravely. He really likes it when you call him Sundog. As well as our managers, I always said that I got the best managers in the game in Aubrey Williams, Elizabeth Maxwell, and Kendrick Chen. Thank you guys for all your help. Ken Drizzle. All right, and up first, Coach G is going to do most improved.
Okay, there had been rumors that this freshman class had some exceptional athletes, and we heard she was going to be playing soccer. We definitely had to play it cool. We were excited to say the least. She proved to be as good, if not better, than advertised. While we expected her to eventually make an impact, she made an impact immediately and entered the starting lineup, bringing hard work, grit, and eventually some real goal-scoring abilities. She netted 7 goals this season, and we can't wait for her to continue her progress. This year's most improved player is Merritt Bell.
I don't know if they're in there. We just said it's coming. All right, up next is our Spirit and Sportsmanship Award. So, fun fact about this player, 2 years ago, she was too afraid to say anything to me and was in the midst of the school play. She was insistent upon showing up to practice in spite of multiple hours a day of play practice. Finally, Hannah or someone had to come to me and say, Coach, I think Eliza's going to pass out from doing the play and trying to come to practice. But it was nothing more than a great example of her spirit and her sportsmanship. She was voted pretty much unanimously as a junior captain, and I'm so grateful for her leadership this past year. This year's Spirit and Sportsmanship Award goes to Eliza Miller. Up next, we have our Coaches Award. Oh, do you guys want to give that to me? Up next, we have our Coaches Award. For those of you who don't know, I can be pretty hard on players, and this freshman probably took the brunt of my anger most of the season, but she never complained, and she always did her job. And without her, we wouldn't have had nearly the success that we did. So I am grateful to build around her and for the future of her in this program. So thank you for all you did in the center mid this year, Catherine Payton. Next up, Sundog for defensive player.
When is Sundog ever going to
He just started, yeah. All right.
So, you all know the saying that defense wins championships, and while we didn't win a championship, we won a lot of games. Because of her leadership on the back line, a 4-year starter, she has played in every game during those 4 years, and for the first half of that, she played all over. She finally settled into her role and led the defense to 10 clean sheets over the last 2 years, as well as help us achieve a goal differential of almost 50 in that time as well. We have a huge shoe to fill. This year's defensive most valuable player goes to Bo Mitchell.
Up next, our MVP. Everybody knows that I'm not that good of a coach, and much of our team's success over the last 2 years has little to do with me and more to do with her. She's a 2-time BRAC first-team all-conference, a first-team all-state player with another one surely on the way, and already 20 goals away from Hannah's all-time goal-scoring record. Sorry, Hannah, she's going to break it. She played semi-professional soccer for the Richmond Ivy of the USLW last year, and most recently was selected to attend a U.S. national team ID camp, which is the pathway to the U.S. women's national team, less than a month ago. She is truly a one-of-one talent, and we are so lucky to have her. This year's most valuable player goes to Emerson Moore. All right, last but not least, I first heard that Hannah wanted to break the all-time goal-scoring record from Bob Lake when he made a joke about it her sophomore year. And while it may seem like her catching this record was inevitable, it really wasn't. When Bob made that joke, Hannah had only scored 9 goals her freshman year, and then ended her sophomore year with only 6. I'm not great at math, but that left her 48 goals to go between her junior and senior year. Now, don't get me wrong, I always am supportive of Hannah, but in the back of my mind, I wasn't sure she'd actually get there. But I also never doubt Hannah. So when she ripped off 20 goals her junior year, I knew she was serious. But also one for the drama. Leave it to her to get 63 and 64 with less than 10 minutes to go against New Covenant and only one more game guaranteed to play this season. I am so proud of her for reaching this accomplishment and couldn't have been more honored to have a front row seat to her greatness over the last 4 years. Congratulations on 64 goals and setting the all-time goal-scoring record. Congratulations, Hannah Say. And last but not least, Coach Hooper with girls varsity lacrosse.
Let's go. Where's the other one? Delia, come on.
Okay. Those of you who know me know I don't usually take notes, but I have a few notes. I want to first apologize for being on my phone this whole ceremony, and that's because our All-State Awards were supposed to come out today. They hadn't come out yet, and I was begging the committee to release them to me early, and literally 35 seconds before I got on this stage, they were sent to me. So I'm going to call up first our All-Conference Awards, then I'm going to acknowledge our All-State Awards, which is really fun because those people don't even know yet, and then I'm going to do everything else. I am so incredibly proud of this group this season. We played probably the hardest schedule in the state. Nobody else is forced to play the 4-time state champions 3-time, and we continuously do year after year. We played Stab, which most people choose opt out of, and Coach Gates questioned my coaching choices when he asked me why I was playing them again. We played a pretty hard out-of-conference schedule with Blacksburg and a few other really challenging public school teams, and this group continued to show up. I'm so proud of them. We got insane performances this season out of some of the kids that really kind of came out of the woodwork. There are so many I can talk about, but I'm just so incredibly proud of this group and everything they've accomplished this year. Obviously, we fell 1 goal short of the ultimate goal, but we lost to Covenant on March 27th by 10 goals. The score was 19-9. On April 15th, we lost to Covenant 18-7. And if you told me 3 weeks later we would only give up 10 goals and be 1 goal off the state championship, I think I'd be pretty proud, and I'm pretty sure this group is pretty proud. Seniors, there's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, depends on the day how many I count. You seem to multiply by the minute. There are so many of you, and we are so incredibly proud of the legacy that you have left on this team. There's been records broken, there's been championships and games played, and it's just incredible to think 4 years ago we came into this with you guys, and the growth and the things that you have taught us is really endless. I've coached a lot of teams in my life, from kindergartners to college kids, and this is by far the weirdest group I have ever coached. Right? Really, really weird, guys. Really weird. I don't think it's going to get better. Also, I would like to give a huge thank you to the athletic department for everything they've done. We had a lot of rain delays, a lot of cancellations, a lot of weird stuff happened to us this season. We played the first quarter of a game, followed by the next 3 quarters 3 days later. Endless thank you to them. Huge thank you to Adrian, Mr. Winston. This group loves to get injured. Actually, we stayed pretty healthy this year, which was great. Captains, I said to them early in the season, this team may appear to be old and like a pretty veteran group, but in maturity-wise, we are quite young. So they're going to need a lot of support, and the 4 of you showed out in that department, so thank you. And then obviously to these 2 for putting up with me every day. I'm endlessly thank you. I'm thankful for that. A lot of coaches have been on this stage tonight and talked about having the best managers in the game. I promise you that we have the best managers in the state. People continuously say that to me. Officials say that to me on a daily basis. Nick and Caden, your ability, your responsibility, everything you have done for this team in the last 3 years is truly remarkable. And then Angela hopping in this year, we are so grateful for you. But as a coach, knowing that I'm going to put my backpack at the end of a game on and it has the book in it, it has my iPad, it has my whiteboard, it has everything I need and I didn't have to ask is really important. So thank you guys for that. Our all-conference team. I would like to say in the all-conference voting, there was a couple of kids that we felt were heavily snubbed, like really, really cheated out of some awards. But I can say it looked a little better in the All-State. So, all-conference for the 3rd year in a row, Ava Clark. For her 2nd year in a row, Kate Flippin. For a 4th consecutive year, Ellen Lewis. For a 3rd consecutive year, Frances Fenton. And for the first time, honorable mention, Ella Epps-Pero. And more excitingly, when I say your name, please come up. 2nd team All-State, Charlotte Hellewell. 2nd team All-State, Ava Clark. 1st team All-State. How do you get 1st team All-State but not 1st team All-Conference? I don't know. Ella Epps-Pero. 1st team All-State for the 3rd year, Ellen Lewis. For the 2nd year in a row, Frances Fenton. And I think for the first time, Kate Flippin, 1st team All-State. All right, now for our team awards. Coming into this year, I said to a lot of people, we're going to have to find some goal scorers. Some people who haven't scored a lot of goals in the past are going to have to score a lot of goals. I knew I was going to get at least 40 goals out of Ellen, but I was like, other people are going to need to step up. This year, kind of exploded onto the scene with 54 goals and 60 draw controls. Frances Fenton is our offensive MVP. No, everyone else hugged. I was giving you a hug and you tried to give me a handshake. Okay. This person in the all-conference, when we think about like being snubbed from all-conference awards, like I think we felt really strongly that this kid deserved to be up on that list and was not. And I think that's because we typically put her in a face guard and she doesn't get a lot of stats to her name. Our defensive MVP obviously goes to Charlotte Hellewell. Looking at this all-state list, Charlotte Hellewell held the state player of the year to 1 goal one time, 2 goals another time. She held Millie Chopsky, 1st team All-State from North Cross, to 1 goal one time and maybe 2 goals the other time. She held Division I bound Sarah Carson from Nantum Suffolk to 1 goal. She held 1st team, whatever the heck her name is, from Nantum Suffolk to 1 goal. Time and time again, she shut down the best player in one of the best players in the state, and we couldn't have done it without her. Okay, it's weird to give a most improved award to a 3-year starter, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Freshman year, Kate Flippin scored 13 goals. Sophomore year, Kate Flippin scored 26 goals. As a junior, Kate Flippin scored 53 goals and was one off the team lead. She led our midfield in goals, in draw controls, and had an absurd season that I don't think any of us could ever have expected. So, Kate Flippin, most improved. Good job, buddy. All right, and the Coaches Award. Like I said, there was a few people we really felt got snubbed from conference awards. I'm not sure how you can have 19 saves against the #1 team in the state and not be all conference. I'm not sure how you can have 17 saves against the #1 team in the state and not be 1st team all conference. I'm not sure how you can do the things that Ella Epps did this year and not be 1st team all conference. I'm very glad to see that the committee got it right in the state voting. when you are the goalie on a team that is the head coach as a goalie, you think you're going to get all this attention and you're going to get all this time and individual work with another goalie, and it's going to be so awesome. But in reality, it is quite the opposite. Just like every other team, you get neglected. You get left with Miss Smith, who I'm so grateful for, but is not a goalie. And you get the maybe emotional damage of having a goalie as your head coach. So it's none of the glory, but all of the responsibility. And the way she has grown in the last 3 years and all she has done for this team, we are so, so grateful for you. I'm also her advisor, so I'm a little partial, but the Coach's Award goes to Ella Apsparrow. All righty.